Look around. We live in a world designed to drain your bank account. So, wine delivered monthly, socks showing up on your doorstep. If you order anything now, it arrives by 5 p.m. tomorrow. You're here because you're trying to set aside money to buy a buy to let property or to buy a home, let's say. But here's the harsh truth: every single one of us, in one way or another, are screwing up in reaching that goal. In this video, I'm cutting through the noise, so be sure to like, subscribe, stay till the end. I'm sharing the changes that you need to adopt to hit your property target sooner. How at the age of 29, I own 3 properties, 2 of which are investment, with the aim to own another 2 at the least over the next couple of years. I'm not just talking about saving money, I'm talking about shaving months, maybe even years off of your timeline. So, first step I want to look at with you is, where is your money going? Do you have a budget together? In reality, if you think about it, if your goal is financial freedom, a sports car, you're going to have to make sacrifices and changes that not everyone makes, because if everyone made these changes, everyone would have that financial freedom, everyone would have that sports car. If you don't have a budget together, the most straightforward thing to do is get a pen and paper or get an Excel spreadsheet open if you're more tech savvy. Go through your bank statements over the past couple of months and just list everything out. So go through your utilities, your electric, your gas, your water. Go through your subscriptions, Netflix, Amazon, gym, right down to what you spend in your free time, your leisure, going out for food, going out for drinks, takeaways, right down to days out. Just have a column of all those expenses together. On the right hand side, have how much they cost you on a monthly basis. Then obviously, if you take how much money you get paid from work, your net pay after your taxes, after everything's come out, obviously you've got all your expenses. That will tell you what kind of position in, how much money do you have left over at the end of the month, and that would in reality be what you could consistently put into your savings based on your current spending. The next thing I like to do is what I call review and reflect. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because I'll share a couple of rules of thumb with you which will help you identify maybe where you're overspending. I know it opened my eyes and told me exactly where I was screwing up. Spoiler alert, my car. But even just when you've got the budget planner all done, having it in front of you, having everything listed, all your spending, it will be eye-opening. Even that might be enough to help you save more over time. Once you've got your budget planner, it's much easier to just go through it and you'll be able to think, do I actually need to pay for this? Does it actually add that much material value to my life where I need it? It's a matter of going through them. Can I get these costs down in any way? So your utilities as an example, insurances, are there ways I can get those costs down? What I did quite regularly, to be fair, maybe on a yearly basis, was I went through my budget planner and I just Googled, is there any way I can save money on this? Maybe just thinking about, do you, as an example, get Netflix through something so you don't need to pay for your own Netflix account? Or it's just making the most of your money and just being a little bit clever with it. Now what I'll do is I'll go through those rules of thumb. This will tell you and help you identify where you're overspending. So this will be your biggest opportunity to save and your biggest opportunity to improve where you're currently at. I'll do this while running through this example budget planner. So starting off with rent or mortgage, let's say. Firstly, just making sure you're not living above your means. So you're not renting or you're paying the mortgage on a 5-bed when you only need a 2-bed. If you're renting as well, just making sure your rent is quite competitively priced. In terms of phone, obviously we all get phone upgrades. For my last one, I got the opportunity to upgrade to a phone. I looked into it, slightly nicer camera for £45 a month. Instead now, I've kept my current phone where I'm paying about £10 a month on a SIM-only plan. Going on to cars, I know the demographics of the people that watch these videos. So I know it's an area that's going to be tripping a lot of us up. But for people, cars can be their hobbies. It's how they get their enjoyment. It's how they spend their free times. That's how I'm going to justify it anyway. But a good rule of thumb in terms of your car is the 24-10 rule. So if you're financing a car, you don't want to put more than a 20% deposit down. You don't want to finance it for more than 4 years. And you don't want your expenses for the car, so your finance for tax, insurance, to be more than 10% of what you're paid each month. Another way of seeing it is 20-30% as an example of your annual salary. So if you earned 30 grand a year, let's say, then it'd be maybe around about £6,000 that you'd pay to own the car outright. With car insurance, I just tend to use comparison sites for all my insurances. Fuel, other than driving a little bit better, having a more economical car, not a whole lot that can be done there. Electric, gas, water, that would be changing providers, just being a little bit smarter at home as to what you're using. Home insurance, apparently. So again, comparison sites for all your home insurance needs. Food. If you're spending £200 one month, £300 another, clearly you're missing a trick. There's something there that can be done, something there that's not quite adding up. Other aspects being thinking about where you shop. So if you shop at Waitrose, Marks and Spencer's, maybe looking at Aldi or Lidl, because the food there is a lot better than you might suspect. I know I do all my shopping at Lidl. Eating out, takeaway. So can you go from 2 takeaways a week to maybe cutting down to 1? Netflix, Amazon. So I used to pay £60, £65 for Sky per month. Instead, we just went for Netflix and Amazon. Save money, got a whole lot of programs, a whole lot of value for money out of it. Gym, do you pay for a leisure centre to go to the gym, £35, £40 a month? Or if you do just use the gym, then you can look at Gym Group, Pure Gym, where you could pay £20, £25 a month, just as an example. You've got your total, obviously your income, how much you've got going out, that's how much you've got left over. So a good rule of thumb when you're budgeting is the 50-30-20 rule, sort of overall for your whole budget. Not more than 50% of your income should go on your needs. So that would be your rent, mortgage, utilities, car classes as a need as well. 30% on your wants. So eating out, takeaway, Netflix, Amazon, day trips out, all of that would come under your wants. And then 20%, that should be going towards saving and debt repayments, so paying off credit cards. So obviously, if you have any areas that exceed that 50-30% mark as an example, then you know those are areas that you can work on. So yeah, now I know that 14% of my income goes on my car instead of the 10%, and it's probably about 4 times more expensive than I should actually have. But hey, I'm a car person, I'm sure you are as well. But we'll find a way to justify it in some way. But if you've enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully you've got a budget together now. If you did want an idea of what it looks like in terms of returns with a buy-to-let property, check out my latest video on my second property purchase. If you've seen that one, check out the one before it. Well, not the one before it, but check out my first property, which I bought as well, which I'll link above. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.